Good morrow. Let's try it down here. After me. Good morrow, everybody. Good morrow. Back there, good morrow. Oh my goodness, that is to say good morning, and it is a beautiful morning here today, and I'd like to thank you all, number one, for being here at such an early hour, to thank you for both your time and attention. Now, as was mentioned, I am Master Ben Jonson, very good friend of Mr. William Shakespeare, and I will be sharing a little bit about myself and maybe a little bit about the time period as well. But before we move on to festivities, as was mentioned, I would like to go through some rules, some regulations, some guidelines, that kind of thing. So I can see there are some veterans of the stage, and you have been here before. You may have been out in the audience before. I welcome you, and just bear with me as we go through this one more time. So please have someone from your school sit with the judge to help identify the actors, please. No glitter, no confetti, nothing in the way of flame, fire, please, God, no. All right, each group is responsible for cleaning up the stage area, especially backstage. The green rooms, the dressing rooms, we want to keep things tidy. You want to do your best to remember your personal belongings as well as your costumes and your props as you move from location to location. Forgetting costumes and props, not a very good idea. Now, restrooms as well, the privy as some know it as, are on the lower level, but also if you need help finding the bathroom, feel free to ask a staff member. I'm sure somebody could help you out. Now, while you are inside here, as you can see, you do have assigned seating. We thank you for sitting there all nice and attentive. Please don't move again to your next location until a staff member is with you, okay? We thank you kindly. Also, while inside this area, do your best to be quiet, be respectful. Now, of course, if things on stage are funny, we laugh, yes. If things are emotional and sad, we weep, we get into it, not a problem. The key word here is being respectful, right? So if it's funny, right, we laugh with, we don't laugh at, yes? So very nice. Now, also while inside this space, again, reverting back to the topic of cleanliness, please absolutely no food and no drink. We want to keep this place as nice and clean as possible. There will be a time for lunch, so fret not. You will be dismissed for lunch a little bit later on. And now one more thing I'd like to touch on. As was mentioned, they were, what is it, cell phones. So please try to keep them quiet. I understand you may need these things in case of emergency. So I'm told there are precautions you can take. Let's say airplane mode. Airplane mode, okay. I think you can dim the light as well. So all these things to lessen the distractions for our kind folks who are putting their all on stage today. So again, I thank you for that. I thank you for your time and letting me read that. Now, just a few more brief points about me. Again, I am Master Ben Jonson, a good friend of William Shakespeare. So, Shakespeare and I have maybe three little things in common. Both of us are writers of poetry, writers of short stories, plays, comedies, romances, dramas, that kind of thing, yes. Shakespeare and I were also actors during our time. I acted in some of Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare acted in some of my plays as well. And I'll be honest, Shakespeare was probably a better actor than I ever was, but that's okay. I'll continue. Now, last but not least, Shakespeare and I were also family men. He had a wife and children. I also had a wife and children, and I'd like to think that's probably where the similarities come to a halt. Now, a few other brief points about me, and again, nothing too heavy. I don't want to burden you too early. So I was born in 1572, London, England. Now, I didn't, unfortunately, meet my father. My father passed away before I was born, and we didn't have our family much in the way of coin and money and materialistic items, and that's okay. We get by, right? So the question may arise, how does one make something of themselves with so little? Fair enough question. Every now and then in our lifetime, we need a little help from our friends. And every now and then we get that help without seeing it coming, and we don't even ask. So when it came time for me to attend university, a little location known as Westminster, this was when a close friend of the family stepped up and helped pay for my education. And now I can see a lot of students out in the audience today. I'm already aware of this. Now, many of you students either have had, or maybe you currently have, or you will come to have a favorite teacher in your lifetime. For me, at Westminster, my teacher's name, the favorite of them all, was Mr. William Camden. Mr. William Camden. I like to refer to Mr. Camden as my intellectual influence, an influence that would find me self-taught in English, self-taught in Latin, self-taught in Greek, self-taught eventually in what I would be well known for, which is writing. Now, I would love to have continued my education further after that, but sometimes family calls us home. We refer to these sometimes as family obligations, these necessary things that we need to come back home to. By this time, my mother had married my stepfather, who is a bricklayer. He needed some assistance, again, hardships in the way of coin and money. So I joined him as an apprentice for a time. But again, that came to a conclusion as well. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. And that I did. One needs experience in order to be a writer, right? So we have a little bit of the childhood, a little bit of the teen years, and a little bit into adulthood. And this is what us writers grab from, the people we meet, the experiences we have. And it is no different from Master William Shakespeare. You're going to notice kings, queens, jesters. You're also going to notice natural occurring events, tempests, storms, emotional events, love gained, love lost. Hence is the way with storytelling. We pull from what we know. So, let us move forward with the storytelling, okay? First up, let's give it up for Pierce Middle School. Thank you so much, everybody. We will be back. And how do I get out of here?
But I also question it. How do you mean? Well, I'm just saying, why overreact? Maybe this can all blow over. After all, life's short. Maybe we should spend it with the people we love.
I'm avenging my father. Is there nothing more noble than that?
Please, Hamlet, just go to the town tonight. Have some fun.
No. Leave me to focus. Thank you all for coming. 'Tis a fine day in January, yes? I'm sure you're all aware of the situation at hand, and we're all deeply saddened by the news of the king's death.
Our condolences.
Thank you, Caesar, Brutus. But I have reason to believe that one of you perpetrated this murder. Macbeth, Brutus, maybe even you, Caesar. Your history does add up.
Wait a second. Let's not jump to conclusions. It's too soon to tell. Haven't you even collected any evidence? I didn't think so. Now, let's actually work together and look for clues around the castle.
We're sorry, terribly sorry.
We're so sorry. The guards wouldn't let us in.
Can someone fill us in? Just wait a second. We won't know what's happening if we don't get an explanation. Please, just wait a second. Please, fill us in. To everybody else, you may go find clues around the castle while I educate Romeo and Juliet. You're dismissed. Who's there?
I am the ghost of your father. I have come to warn you about the dangers inside the castle.
You're not my father. My father died a week ago. You're nothing but a prank.
I assure you, I'm not a joke. I am not a lie. I'm the spirit of your father.
Fine. I'll listen, but I won't believe you're my father.
Someone has come to kill you. Someone has come to kill you, Hamlet. Someone among our ranks, your uncle, Claudius.
Claudius! It finally makes sense.
He may attempt to escape tonight in fear of his life.
Why should I believe you?
I'm the only lead you have.
Fine. How are we supposed to stop him from escaping?
I'll lock all the doors.
Wait, then how will I get out? What if he kills me? I thank you all for your commitment to this case, but seeing as none of you collected any clues, there may not be a reason for you to stay.
It's been a pleasure to serve you, sir.
A pleasure indeed, sir.
But just remember, Prince Hamlet, to have an actual reason for suspecting someone next time.
Or even is the next time.
What was that, Claudius?
I said, it doesn't matter. Well, this has been a pleasure, but I must be leaving. The doors, they're locked!
This one too.
It's Hamlet. He's brought us all here to kill us.
Why the heck would I do that?
He probably killed his father, too.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
You know it was you, and we'll stop at nothing to find why you did it. Isn't it true that he could have gotten close enough to the king to kill him? Isn't it true that he would have to kill the king to claim the throne?
Yeah.
See, the evidence is stacked against you.
These are just assumptions. Do you have any real evidence? As I thought.
We will find out why you did this.
Juliet, where are you? Juliet,
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I'm up here. Juliet, there you are.
Listen, Romeo, are we sure this is a good idea?
Why, well, why would you say that?
I mean, we could run away.
But what about our families?
If I don't marry Count Paris, they'll throw me out. I won't do that. Not if I can help it. I understand if you want to go, but I'm staying.
All right, I'll stay. It'll be fine. Just let's go. Let's go make a plan. Okay, so just one more time.
What more do you want? We could go over this 20 times and this plan still wouldn't be foolproof.
I know this. I know you don't trust the council, but they don't trust us either.
I know this will work. Romeo, Romeo, where are you?
Up here. I think I found the exit.
Did you try it yet? It's locked. The servant's door. Of course, why didn't I think of this before?
Maybe because it's locked. What are we gonna do now?
Guess I just wanted to get out of here as soon as we could.
It's Macbeth.
Who is it? Show yourself.
He murdered the king.
They're the murderers.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
No, they are the murderers. Who else would be scheming with witches in the dead of night?
Romeo,
What?
we were just scheming in the dead of night. Are we sure Hamlet will believe us?
Well, why? He wouldn't have a reason not to.
Well, if we're wrong, we'll look awfully suspicious.
Can you tell me my future?
Romeo and Juliet, they think thee murdered the king.
They're going to tell the council that thee did it. They think 'tis
Because thee hath killed the king.
Is there anything that you can do to prove to them that I didn't commit the murder?
Actually, we can. Allow us to behold. Ah, here it is.
This one right here.
What is it?
No. With the charm of the sky, under the stars, base and high, we the hags shall it maketh thee cry, will grant thee the wisheth on this day in July.
January, not July.
Oops.
Who are you? I'm Macbeth, of course. Who are you? I'm Macbeth. You're a liar. No, you are. You're a liar.
Stand as how I glance, lest the mistake we made it, but we may be able to reverse it, the effects of the spell. But 'twould take us some time.
Polonius was found dead earlier this morning. A dagger was found next to his body. Any ideas?
It was Macbeth, we're sure of it.
But that's just false alibi. What possible reason could you have to do it?
We heard him talking about the murders last night.
Can you say anything more?
Don't worry, I know for a fact that you didn't do this.
Yeah, well, you're the one who started this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Did you actually kill the king?
No, of course not. I only killed Polonius.
And you let me get blamed?
I thought he was Claudius.
You're trying to kill your own uncle? Well, this just keeps getting better and better.
I'm trying to kill him because he's the one who killed my father. And I need somebody's help to help me kill him.
And you, my help?
Yes, just name your price.
Glory. That's my price. I want you to give me glory if I help you.
Deal.
You're the murderer.
Why would you say that?
Don't lie. We both know you did it.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It doesn't exactly take a genius to figure it out. I can help you.
Fine, I did kill the king. Happy?
Yes, very much so. I'll make sure you are not suspected by anyone else. I'll cover you up and help alongside you. But the person who I split from is against you.
The person you split from? What does that mean?
The witch did some spell and made a mistake. Now apparently 2 people.
Okay.
Hello, not Macbeth. What a pleasure to see you, not Macbeth. Oh, you're so annoying. Now, may I ask you, were you making some sort of alliance with Claudius? How do you know about that? I saw you 2 conspiring. Do you by any chance know if Claudius is the murderer or not? I see you spying on me. How nice of you. Well, you still didn't answer my question. Well, not at all. Not a clue. You better not lie to me, or I will end your life. Look, you could do anything to me. You can't even try. Are you seriously calling me weak? That's 1 strike. Of course I am. You are weak. That's 2 strikes. You better tell me what's up. You are so annoying. That's 3 strikes.
Where were you? We can't be lost right now, especially with the situation we're in.
It is very odd.
I never thought traveling to different ones was possible, but here we are. It's our will.
As much as I would love to go home, I cannot stop thinking of Hamlet's father, a poor man betrayed by someone he truly trusted. Did I say something funny?
Hamlet must be delusional, having only seen his father on a pedestal high and mighty his entire life.
He must have been delusional. Do you hear yourself, Brutus? Do you mean to justify the betrayal of a brother?
You don't get it. You're only seeing this through one angle. Put yourself in Claudius's shoes.
I don't want to put myself in the shoes of someone like that.
Do you understand the enormity of responsibility Claudius had to bear? To be pressured and twisted by conspirators to kill someone close? To sacrifice a close friend to secure the kingdom he loves? That's one of the many things you'll never be able to grasp about sacrifice as a leader.
I understand that this clearly is not about Hamlet.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Cassius has twisted your head, making you believe you can kill an emperor, the man who put you into political office, who gave you opportunities to flourish time and time again. Without me, you would be nothing.
Yet another example of the vain and conceited Caesar. Do you even hear yourself?
I hear a whiny brat who doesn't know his place.
I once thought you were a great man, a mighty leader who could see opportunity and take it for his kingdom. But now I realize you just take and take for yourself, and I found that Cassius was right. Down with Caesar!
I never thought you would change this much. What have I done? I've killed him. I've killed a brother. Was it self-defense? No, I can't justify it. I've killed him. I'm no better than that traitor.
How are we gonna do this? I mean, you can't just go in and kill them right then and there.
You're the one who has to kill him, so you come up with a plan.
How about I kill him in private and then you cover it for me and give me the glory I desire?
Sounds like a plan. Now, listen up. Claudius enters his chambers at around 10 o'clock. Once we've established that he is up there, alone, with the unknowing help of his servant, you go in for the kill. I'll just tell the others that we were investigating Polonius' murder.
Perfect, but just remember, I cannot be suspected after this. If that happens, you cannot give me the glory I desire. That means nobody else can get it. I must be completely crossed off the suspects list.
Once Hamlet's alone, kill him. It's as easy as that.
Where might I find him?
I don't know. I don't track his every step each and every night.
I feel like you know where our target is if we want to kill him, right?
Then find where he is.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not helping you. And if you're still out, people might hear us.
You're here to do my bidding, not laze around and ask questions.
How dare you? Hi, Hamlet. I've been looking for you.
Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I just wanted to tell you something.
Oh,
For flowers I noted, yet I none could see, but sweet or color it had stolen from me.
Oh,
Journeys end in lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know.
that's great, but I really gotta get going. You know how
But Hamlet, I love you. But Hamlet, he left after I told him I loved him. Does that mean he doesn't love me? I've wasted my time with this, but how can I go on? How can I love again?
Alright, let's see. Just need to kill him, and then I'll be back. Well, should take a little bit of time.
Hello, kind sir.
What do you want, peasant? You shouldn't be back yet.
Excuse me?
No matter. All I suppose is that Hamlet is dead. You have killed him, yes, and that's why you're returning?
What are you talking about?
You know what I told you to do?
You've been working with the other Macbeth, haven't you?
I've been working with you, haven't I?
I'm working with Hamlet, not you, foul wretch.
Never should have trusted someone like you.
Over here! We found them! Who do you think could have done this? How do you say that so calmly? I mean, well, it's happened before, hasn't it?
Does anyone know where Macbeth was when they were murdered?
Oh, don't worry. I was with Macbeth in my chambers. We were investigating Polonius' murder.
Did you take your eyes off of him even for a second?
Well, he went down the hall just to find some more clues.
What if he murdered Ophelia? Ophelia's chambers are close to his, so what if he snuck into her chambers and murdered her?
That's just false alibi. What possible reason could I have to do it?
Maybe you're just an insane lunatic?
But I'm not. I'm innocent.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything to Ophelia.
Liar!
Please, it wasn't me.
You've caused even less than I originally had. You got what you deserved. Seems you did my work for me. So you were working with Claudius. Of course I was, though I haven't seen him since last night. So, you seem you didn't do my work. Have you seen Claudius? I can't find him. I killed him last night. What do you think the council's bugging about? He's dead? You killed him? Yes, clearly that was a mistake. Yes, that was.
mansion before we can leave.
So at least we know Macbeth wasn't the killer.
The doors are still locked, too.
What do we do now?
It's just us three, isn't it?
I think so.
So we're trapped in this castle with no way out?
Looks like it.
So we're to die here, alone in this castle?
This palace is to be our grave.
Done a wonderful job as our audience today. Thank you so kindly. Now, to continue. Now, again, if you are just joining us, I welcome you one more time. I am Master Ben Johnson. I already touched briefly a little bit about myself with the childhood, the teen years, working beside my father in the bricklaying business. And as was mentioned, now I didn't go from there, and so the bricklaying business was not for me. I am an artist. I am a dreamer. One wishes to travel, so travel one does. So I traveled the world for a time till eventually I would join the military and the armed forces. Now, this was a dark period, a bleak period. I did get in my fair share of scuffles, some duels here and there, physical altercations, that kind of thing. But luckily for me, not lucky for all, the dark period did come to an end. And this is a time when one wants to look for peace and maybe back away from the hardships of the world. So that I did. I made my way back home to London, England around this time. Now back home in London, England, I, Master Ben Johnson, would begin my short-lived career as an actor, very short-lived career. This is also the time when I would meet our good friend, Master William Shakespeare. He would school me in writing, and I would write. Now, it was mentioned earlier, very quickly, very briefly, that William Shakespeare and I were rival writers. We were rivals. Now, you may have a good friend who is just as good at something as you are. And so you push each other, right? I'm going to do better than you. No, I'm going to do better than you. No, I'm going to do better than you. And you push each other and you inspire each other, and that's healthy, right? And you call these rivals. So we were friends. We were, what do I want to call us? Let's see. It was a battle of wits, not fists, okay? So we were very friendly, always very competitive. So we continue writing, so much so that I would become known as what is referred to as prolific writer, just like William Shakespeare. That is to say, what I created a lot of. And we continue writing. Again, so much so that I would be recognized for this craft. I would be given the title myself as Poet Laureate. Poet Laureate, given to me by one King James I. Now, this is a very dignified, a very respectable title. I became very well respected by kings and queens for my writing, well respected by my peers, my fellow writers, and respected by audiences as well. But unfortunately, even with all these titles, even with these mass amounts of pieces of writing, my work is not as well remembered as Shakespeare. And I suppose that's okay. But it is lucky for either of us that our work was remembered at all. See, you've got to understand, during our time, writing and literature wasn't high on everybody's list. Not everybody could afford the literature that did exist. And not everybody could afford the education that it took to read the literature that existed. So catch-22, you're kind of stuck in a corner there. Now, the literature that was most popular at that time. We're going to mention two of them. One known as a quarto and another known as an octavo. Little small pamphlet-sized things that had little stories on them. And us, the common man, also referred to as the lower class, these were the ones that we could afford. Bigger books did exist. Very gigantor books, right? Bound in red leather, bound in brown or green leather, and usually kings and queens and those of the higher class could own these. These big, large books were known as a folio, F-O-L-I-O, folio, right? So these were very expensive to both buy, and they were expensive to make. Now, the stories that were reserved for the folio treatment were Greek mythology, Roman mythology, all those that have earned their due by this time. Now, there was also a very popular, for lack of a better words, story or book that was being printed in folio form. Can anybody think of a very popular story that was probably given the folio treatment? Feel free to shout it out if you think you know. Most popular story of all time. The Bible. Very nice. So very specifically during that time, the Gutenberg Bible. The Gutenberg press was still very fresh. So thank goodness for the folio, because before the Bible, before the Greek mythology, before the Roman mythology, all those big names, the plays and the stories of the little guy weren't making it out to the people. So the folio truly was the next step in the evolution of storytelling. So again, let us get back to the storytelling here today. Enough from me. We are now going to welcome, we got F.S. Angle Middle School. Let's give it up for Angle Middle School, everybody. Yes, 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 yes.
His uncle Claudius has become king by marrying Hamlet's mother, Queen Gertrude. Then there's a matter of the ghost.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, his memory be green our hearts in grief, we with the wisest sorrow think on him. Together with our sometime sister, now our queen, have we, with mirth and funeral and with dirge of marriage, taken to wife. But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son, how is the cloud still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I've too much. I've the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy lion color off. Do not forever with thy pallid lids. Seek for thy father in the noble dust. Thou knowest 'tis common that all lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father, that father lost his. But to preserve her is an obstinate condolement. 'Tis a fault against the dead. Come away.
Oh, this too solid flesh would melt. Thaw resolve itself into a dew. How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable. Seem to me all uses of this world that it should come to this. But 2 months dead, so excellent a king. Hyperion the satyr, so loving to my mother. Frailty, thy name is woman. Why she, even she, oh God, a beast that once this course of reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother. A most wicked speed to post, with such dexterity and incestuous sheets. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm glad to see you well, Horatio.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
My father? Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesterday.
The king, my father, for God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together with those gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on our watch. In the dead vast and middle of the night, we're thus encountered, a figure, like your father, armed at point exactly, appears before us, and with solemn march goes slow and stately before us. It lifted up its head, as if it would speak, but even then the morning cock crew loud, and at the sound it shrunk in haste away, and vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange. I will watch tonight, perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant it well.
So fare you well upon the platforms twixt 11 and 12. I'll visit you.
My duty to your honor.
My father's spirit in arms, all is not well. Foul deeds will arise, though all the earth's overwhelms to men's eyes.
On the watchman's platform, the ghost of the former king, Hamlet's father, appears to give Hamlet disturbing news.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Bring with thee airs from heavens or blast from hell. King, Father, oh answer me.
It beckons you to go away with it.
Then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
My fate cries out. I follow you.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast and fires, till the foul crimes of the mighties of nature are burnt and purged away. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Now, Hamlet, hear me. Sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. That serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, won to a shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen, sleeping within my orchard, thy uncle stole. With juice of cursed heaven on the vial, and the torches of my ears did pour, the leprous distillment. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand. Of life, of crown, of queen at once dispatched. Oh, horrible, most horrible! Adieu, adieu, Hamlet. Remember me.
Remember thee, I, poor ghost. While memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, a most pernicious woman, smiling, damned villain! Give me one poor request, Horatio.
What is it, my lord? I will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, I will not. Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
Rest, rest, perturbed soul. Let us go in together, and still your fingers on your lips, I pray, that we must hold this together.
A traveling troupe arrives at Elsmore. Hamlet decides to have the players act out his father's murder. The play is the thing.
I'll have the players play something like the death of my father before the king. Mine's eyes will rip through his face and judgment. For if he but bletch, I know my corpse. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Hamlet and Ophelia, the daughter of King Claudius' chief officer Polonius, have recently confessed her affection for each other. But when Ophelia's father, bound by the king to spy on Hamlet, orders Ophelia to return Hamlet's love letters, the prince's vicious and unhinged reaction upsets her greatly.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again for the noble mind. Rich gifts wax poor when the givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should have not have believed me. I love you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst be a breeder of sinners? If wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go, quickly to, farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers restore him.
Oh, God has given you one face and you make yourself another. I ought no more on it. Go to, hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. I see this noble mind and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. Oh, woe is me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Horatio, there is a play tonight before the king, mine, in which I have told thee of my father's death. Mine's eyes will rivet to his face and after our judgments join in censure of his seeming.
Well, my lord.
Get to your place. I must be idle. They're going to the play.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
call the play?
The mousetrap.
The king rises.
Frightened with false fire.
How fares my lord?
Give me some light! Away!
Lights! 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 Oh good, Horatio. I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds. Did this perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the show of poisoning.
I did very well know him.
Hamlet confronts his mother, resulting in a bloody deed with Ophelia's father, Lord Claudius. The ghost returns.
He will come straight. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with. I'll go to meet.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue!
Don't go, you question with a wicked tongue! How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead!
Oh me! What hast thou done?
Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
Almost as bad as kill a king and marry with his brother!
As kill a king?
Aye, ladies, was my word! Thou wrecked, rash, intruding fool! Farewell! I took thee for thy better!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
You see nothing there.
Nothing at all.
Why, look you, there, my father!
This is the very coinage of your brain.
It is not madness. Confess yourself to heaven. Avoid what is to come.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twine.
Throw away the worst part of it and live pure with the other half.
Tragic events have had their effect on Ophelia.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Calm down, Ophelia.
He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass green turf, at his heels a stone.
How do you, pretty lady?
Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. On the morning bee time, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine.
How long has she been thus?
I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him on the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Oh, this poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself in her fair judgment.
Where's the king? Thou vile king, where's my father?
Dead.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance. Thou to the blackest devils. I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father's death.
I am guiltless of your father's death, and I am most sensible of grief for it.
What is that? Oh, he dry up my groans. From heaven my madness shall be paid by weight. Oh, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy death, that he will never come again.
You see this on God.
Where the offense let the great axe fall. I pray you, go with me.
Hamlet and Laertes' duel. Poison is involved. I do not predict the happy ending. There's a divinity that shapes our ends. Not hew them how we will.
That is most certain.
It is not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm.
Peace. Who comes here?
Your lordship is very welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir.
My lord,
His Majesty bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. The king, sir, hath laid that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed your 3 hits.
Let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing and the king hold his purpose. I will win for him.
The king and queen and all are coming down.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. The readiness is all.
Come, Hamlet, come, and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong. I here proclaim was madness.
I stand aloft and will no reconcilement.
Give him the foils, young Osric.
This one is too heavy. Let me see another.
The king shall drink to Hamlet's better health. Come, begin.
Now, my lord.
1.
No!
Judgment?
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well,
Again!
stay. Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health.
I'll play this bout first. Send by a while. Come. Another hit. What say you?
Touch, a touch, I do confess.
The queen caresses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good meta.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you, pardon me.
It is the poison cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Have that enough!
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
I'm just a killed man on treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No! No! The drink! The drink! Oh, Hamlet! The drink! The drink! I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy, let the doors be locked. Treachery, seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. The treacherous instrument in thy hand envenomed. Thy mother's poison. The king's to blame.
The point envenomed to, then venom to thy work.
Ah! I am defending friends! I am the hurt!
Thou incestuous murderous damned stain! Drink off this potion! Is thy union here? Follow my mother!
He's justly served. Exchange forgiveness with the noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Wrecked queen to do, Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest to report me in my cause aright, to be unsatisfied. Thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. Potent poison quite recurs in my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks the noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
I had discussed 3 different pieces of literature that were made available to the public, the people, the masses, okay? One of them was known as a quarto, another was known as an octavo, and then the third, the big boy of them all, that book, do we remember what that was called? Folio. Do you remember how to spell it? Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Absolutely correct, absolutely correct. So folio. But what I want to focus on at this time is the cheapest one of them all, the most affordable of the pieces of literature, and that would be the quarto. Now, the quarto, coming from the word itself, coming from the Latin quartus, right? Remember me, fluent in Latin, but coming from Latin quartus, quartus meaning 1/4 of something, 1/4, okay? Now, the idea was to get 8 pieces or 8 pages of a story onto one sheet of paper, all on one sheet of paper. But why is this? We have to look at paper for just a brief second. Paper itself, during our time, was very expensive. Paper was being imported from France. Paper was being imported from China. So anybody who knows anything about imported goods, it costs a pretty penny even today. So we continue. Now, let me grab this piece of paper here for a better example. Now, if we open this up, we have our one sheet of paper imported all the way from who knows where. We already got it sliced up into 4 quadrants. We'll use that word, 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. You flip it around. It's going to be exactly the same. You now have 8 spaces to work with. Again, getting the most out of 1 sheet of paper. We then fold this down, and then we fold it again. Very simple, yes? So then you have your seams here. We would cut along here, close to the edge or the spine. Again, cut along the edge, close to the spine, right? But it's not all as simple as that. Grove players are up to date. Thank you for the reminder. All right. And I need to get out here. We will be back. Thank you all.
The Duke of Albany and Cornwall. So it had seemed to me, but now it appears he will give equal shares to the husbands of Bacon and Goneril, while reserving the finest lands for whoever man shall wed Cordelia.
Is this your son, my lord?
He is my issue. Though, there is an issue to his legitimacy.
I don't understand.
He means I'm a little nuisance.
Oh.
Edmund, say hello to the Earl of Kent and remember him as my honorable friend.
As opposed to your dishonorable chums?
Perhaps I should be ashamed of having a son out of wedlock, but I was a young rake in my salad days.
And now you're an old wreck and your salad is wilted.
All the ladies loved my looks, but Edmund's mother appreciated my finer qualities.
The gold, the silver, the estate.
Edmund, do you think your mother was only interested in the money I gave her?
No. She was also interested in the money you didn't give her.
I'm ashamed to hear you talk that way.
I could talk better if you raised my allowance.
You always want money for being good. Why can't you be like your legitimate brother Edgar? He never wants anything for being good.
Yeah, he's good for nothing.
Shh! The king is coming.
Gloucester, attend the lords of France and Burgundy.
I shall, my lord.
Present the map. Careful with that thing. Now that we have divided our kingdom into thirds, and 'tis our intent to shake all cares and businesses from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburden and crawl toward death.
If he's laid off the cheese, he could walk towards death.
Before we bestow the divisions of our domain, we shall propose this inquiry. Tell us, daughters, which of you shall we say loves us most? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
I love you more than words can say, beyond all, no less than life, more than any child ever loved, and more than that, I love you.
Good, very good. All this land we confer to you and your husband Albany. What say our second daughter, Alregan, wife of Cornwall? Speak!
I find my sister echoes my love, only her words fall short. I won't allow any other feelings, thoughts, or senses to interfere with my love for my father.
I meant to say that, but I, so absorbed in feeling love for my father, I forgot to mention it.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I was too busy loving my father that I didn't hear a word you said.
I love my dad. I love my dad.
I love him more! I love him more!
Knock it off! I love the big bedroom just as much as you do.
Okay, we both love the old goat equally.
You touch our hearts, both of you. To Regan and her husband Cornwall, we impact this ample third of our fair kingdom. And now, our joy, our youngest daughter Cordelia, what say you?
What?
What say you?
What?
You haven't been paying attention, have you?
Yes, I have.
Then perhaps you won't let us. What did we just inquire of you?
You asked if I've been paying attention?
Before that?
You mean before you asked me to say what?
Yes!
I don't remember.
We believe we asked you to tell us what you think of us.
I think you're being awfully silly.
It's clear she doesn't respect you at all.
Of course I respect him. He's been like a father to me.
I am your father!
And that's why I respect you for being like a father to me. I wouldn't respect you for acting like my father if you weren't my father, would I?
You're not going to give this ungrateful witch any of her kingdom, are you? You can't even consider, after all the love we've shown you, we deserve her share. If you have any respect for yourself at all, you'll exile this little traitor.
Sons, we remember when we were a lad, our father, the king, expounded to us on our duties of filial devotion. Prince Lear, he said, if every day you show us the total adoration that a son owes to his progenitor, then when I die you shall live in ease and luxury. But if even once you fail to show us perfect love, then we shall disown you utterly, abandon you to the elements, and leave you to die in cold, misery, and hunger. So I killed them, caught them on the cranium right then and there. No use taking any chances, I thought. Cordelia, we have to make sure you won't be around to punk us on her cranium.
Oh, don't be silly. I can never do that.
You couldn't?
Of course not. I don't even know where our cranium is.
Here, I disclaim on my parental care.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. We do not invest our power in Goneril and Regan, keeping for ourselves 100 knights. In the name of King, our loving daughter shall sustain and care for us.
Royal Lear, this is madness. You're making a terrible mistake. It is wrong. It is evil.
What? You dare question me? You vassal? You miscreant? You have 10 days to leave England forever, out of my sight.
Very well. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here.
Here are the King of France and the Lord of Burgundy, my noble lord. My Lord of Burgundy, you and the King of France have been rivals of our daughter Cordelia. What is the smallest dowry you would require to take her as your wife?
For this wonderful girl, I hate to ask anything, and I certainly wouldn't expect more than what you've already offered, Your Highness. 1/3 of your kingdom.
That was what we offered when she was dear to us, but now her price has fallen.
He's mad because I said he was like my father.
This ungrateful wretch wouldn't say how much she loved me.
Is that all? I'm sure she didn't mean anything wrong. She's so young and tender and innocent. So foolish.
So I disinherited her.
Why that hussy?
I'll take her. She is yours. I never wish to see her face again.
But why do you want her? She hasn't any dowry.
Are you kidding? If I ever get tired of being King of France, she's worth a fortune at vaudeville. Say good night, Cordelia.
Good night, everybody.
Can you believe it? He gave us everything and disinherited Cordelia.
Is he crazy or just stupid?
Both, I'd say.
But we better be careful, or he can turn against us the same way he turned against Cordelia and Kent.
We shall further think on
We
it.
must do something. Thou, nature, art my goddess. I don't believe in man-made laws. Why should my brother Edgar get everything just because my father had the bad taste to marry Edgar's mother? Well, I'll soon take care of that. Oops, here comes Dad.
Hello, Edmund. I can't get over what happened in court today. Kent banished, Cordelia disinherited.
Yes. It certainly is warm in here, isn't it?
What is that thing?
Oh, this? I was hoping you wouldn't notice it. It's just a letter from Edgar.
Oh, is that all? I certainly am upset about what happened in court today. Kent banished?
Yes. And there's no reason for you to be interested in this letter. I mean, I'm sure Edgar was just kidding when he said he wanted to kill you.
What?
He said he wanted to kill you for your money.
Let me see that. Dear Edmund, I want to kill Dad for his money. Love, Edgar. Are you sure Edgar wrote this? I could have sworn he didn't know how to write.
He dictated it to me. That's how I know for sure it's from him.
This is monstrous. He is a villain, an abhorrent villain, unnatural, detested, brutish villain. Worse than brutish.
He isn't very nice, is he?
I'll find him and I'll have him punished. My horoscope predicted there was trouble coming. Weren't for bad times, I'm afraid.
You don't even know the half of it. Edgar, just the man I want to see. Do you know something?
Nope, probably not.
Someone's been saying some bad things about you to our father. Do you have any idea who might have done it?
Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
Good. We'll rule you out. Has anyone else been criticizing you?
Let's see. Somebody said I should know this. They said I should remember something.
You haven't got a clue, have you?
That's what they said.
Edgar, how could you be so stupid?
I get a lot of practice.
You're in terrible trouble. Your life is in danger.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
You gotta hide until I tell you things are safe. Go! Get out of here!
Okay.
Let me, if not by birth, have bylands with. With me, I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike you for chiding in the school?
Aye, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. I'll not endure it. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick.
Yes, madam.
And let his knights have colder looks among you. I will write to my sister and tell her to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
Now banish Kent. Although the king thinks you've gone, with beard shaven off, you may yet do him service here unrecognized.
Home are the hunters, home from the hunt. I performed prodigious feats in marksmanship today. If you'll excuse the braggadocio. What magnificent beast. Did I slay today with my mighty bow and arrows?
Let's see. You shot with your best bloodhound, 1 horse, 2 cows, and a serf.
What, no boars?
No boars.
What about the serf? Wouldn't you say he was a bit uncultivated, somewhat crude?
He wasn't exactly genteel.
Put him down as a boar. The king has killed a boar! Who are you?
A man, no less than I seem.
No more either. What do you want?
To serve you.
Fine, serve me a can of the good stuff. I'm hungry. And I want my dinner, and my daughter, and my fool.
Since Cordelia went to France, the fool has pined away.
No more of that. You, where's my daughter? Didn't I speak? Can't a martyr get any service in this establishment? About time. And where's my fool? I haven't seen my fool for 2 days. It's you again? Do you know who I am? Who am I?
My lady's father.
Your lady's father? You dog? You knave? You cur?
I'll not be struck, my lord.
Nor strokes neither.
Well enacted. Nicely done.
I'll say, I take my hat off to you. In fact, I give my hat to you.
Why?
I don't like it. It doesn't go with my hair. But it goes with you, and you go with it. And sooner the better. Go. Scram.
But I came here to serve the king.
You can take him. You can take me too. I don't feel I'm appreciated here. There was a king who had 2 wicked daughters under the greenwood tree. The only nice one went to France, where ladies wear silly pocket masks. Hey, naughty, nobby knees. And so, my king, I'm expecting lots of slaughter under the greenwood tree. And that's why I say, hooray! It raineth every day. Hey, naughty, nobby knees.
You
switch jobs. Or did we already do that, Nuncle?
Are you calling me a fool?
You gave away all your other titles. That one you were born with, Nuncle. Why does he keep calling you Nuncle?
It's short for mine uncle, a term of endearment.
Actually, it's short for Knucklehead, a term of contempt. Which reminds me, Nuncle, I've got a riddle for you. What's the difference between a dung heap and a stupid old king who gives everything away to his two wicked daughters?
A dung heap and a stupid old king. I know. The answer is when a fool displeases the king, he can force the fool to eat the dung heap.
That's true. I don't know why I didn't think of that. You know, I'd rather be anything in the world but a fool. Except you. Or am I being redundant, Nuncle?
How now, daughter? Where have you been?
Never mind that! It's time we talked about those hundreds of knights of yours! The way they've been behaving! This place is more like a tavern or a Barnaby's than a palace!
Yes, I know.
That was a complaint!
Oh, was it? Sorry, I'll have to make a mental note of that. Palace is good, tavern and Barnaby's are bad.
What do you need all those men for anyway? I want you to get rid of half of them.
If you insist, my child, I shall notify them of their termination and advise them to part within a fortnight.
Not a fortnight! Tonight! This instant!
May they not finish their repast and join me in a final quaff of cheese before they go?
No! I knew you'd be difficult about this! So to ensure some decent behavior around here, I'll just throw out all your cheese!
Devils and darkness! Thou marvel heated fiend, saddle my horse! Go, my people! Blast and falls upon thee! Hear me, nature! If this creature ever conceives a child, let it stamp wrinkles in her brow, and turn her pains into laughter and contempt. So if I feel sharper than a serpent's tooth, it is to have a faithless child. Away, away! I have one daughter left.
What's the matter?
Oh, I just threw out all this cheese.
Oswald! Did you write that letter to my sister?
Aye, madam.
Then go deliver it! Get you gone!
I don't like this. How far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Striving's better. Off we march now.
You, go before with these letters. Tell my daughter Regan that I am coming.
I shall not sleep, my lord, until I have delivered your letter.
Do you really think Regan is going to treat you any better than Goneril did?
She would not refuse me a liberation to feed my wet, hungry belly.
I suppose she might give you a cracker.
Crackers? A beast would not show such odious ingratitude.
You know, you're a pretty funny fellow. With a little training, you can be mostly your end is full, and I can go home.
Let me not go mad!
I'll teach you a riddle. This is a classic, one of the finest riddles of all time. Do you know why there are no more than 7 stars in the Pleiades?
Because there are not 8.
That's a pretty good answer. I was going to say to keep his pants up, but I like your answer better. You're pretty smart for a man who's as stupid as you are.
Let me not go mad! Sweet heaven! I would not be mad. I had an uncle who was mad. Uncle Theophilus. He believed if he killed a lion, tore out his heart and ate it while it beat, he would gain the strength and courage of a lion.
Did it work?
I don't know. Uncle Theophilus never killed anything larger than a duck.
So, if a lion had eaten your Uncle Theophilus, would he gain the strength and courage of Uncle Theophilus, or the strength and courage of a duck?
I fear there is very little difference, my boy. Very little indeed. Are the horses ready?
Ready, my lord.
Come, boy.
See, that's right. It's not all drama. There are comedies in there. So we thank you for that. Now, to get back to me, of course. as I went on in my lifetime, I continued writing, as is the way with a writer, right? And I would eventually have a full collection of poetry and the plays I had mentioned, the comedies, the romances, the dramas, right? And so I want my work to be recognized, just like most writers. I want my voice to be remembered. And so it was time for me to look into publication. Now, by this time, of course, because of my titles as poet laureate, I had gained enough money, I had saved enough for myself that I could look into getting my work published. But was I going to go after the quarto format or the octavo format? No, I was not. I wanted the big boy. I wanted to be printed in the folio format, which was something very new to do, and it was looked down upon for me to do such a thing. Now, two separate reasons. One, I had kind of already briefly mentioned, the only story during our time that was being printed in folio was the Bible and the Gutenberg Bible. And number two is that I decided to entitle my collection The Works of Benjamin Jonson. That's right, The Works of Benjamin Jonson, but spelled very differently, W-O-R-K-E-S, The Works. Now, the reason it was looked down upon is because those of the higher class, the upper class, those with money, they didn't see writing as work. And to call your writing work or acting work, anything in the arts, was looked down upon. And how dare you print something and refer to your collection as the works of Benjamin Jonson. But that I did, and I pushed forward, and I'd like to think that if my work had not been published in the folio format, we would possibly not have seen Shakespeare's work published in the folio format. Because although mine was first, Shakespeare's is referred to as the first folio. Now, this was no easy task to have Shakespeare's work printed. But before I move forward with that, we must remember that when Shakespeare wrote his work, and let's speak specifically about the plays, when he wrote down your lines, and you as an actor, you got your lines, you only got your lines. You didn't see anybody else's lines. If you did see other people, you only saw the names of their characters. And why was this? This is because everybody was trying to steal Shakespeare's work at that time. Now, how do you steal Shakespeare's work? All you had to do was be the first publisher, and if you owned your own printing house, once you published Shakespeare's work, you got the credit. You got the rights to his play. So therefore, Shakespeare took every precaution he could to not have his work stolen. That means you only got your lines, they only got their lines. Now, unfortunately, Shakespeare didn't see his work published. He passed away before that happened. So how does this come about? Again, I mentioned earlier, every now and then we need a little help from our friends. And every now and then that help comes from our friends without us knowing, without us seeing it coming. So Shakespeare had a great group of friends around him. They were known as the King's Men, a great troupe of well-renowned actors during that time. But two of these actors are to credit for saving Shakespeare's work. One by the name of John Hemmings, and one by the name of Henry Condell. They had to scrap and search and look for all these missing pieces, like putting a puzzle together. And now, if anybody has ever seen a Shakespeare play, that is quite the puzzle to try and put together when you are just left with scraps and bits and pieces. But it did come to fruition. The first folio did come about. Some of our most famous stories are in there. Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, Lear, Romeo and What's Her Name, right? All these plays, all these famous stories. So we must be thankful, I think, as well, to these two gentlemen and the King's Men as a group for remembering the spirit and the life of William Shakespeare and taking it upon themselves to have his work live on forever. and thankful to you too as you continue to tell these stories. So let's get back into that right now. Up next we have Windsor, I think Christian Windsor Academy or Windsor Christian Academy we have up next. So let's give it up for them real quick. Thank you, everybody.
We aren't sure if Hamlet was truly insane or just pretending, but if his friends had given him some better advice, his life might not have ended so tragically. Imagine there were friends to warn Hamlet about his choices. What might they say? Our play begins with scene 1, Elsinore, a platform before the castle. Have you had quiet guard? Not a mouse stirring. Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste. See you later, Francisco. I think I hear Horatio and Marcellus coming now.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier. What, hath Sing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fancy. Therefore I've entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that, if his apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Are you really going to try to talk to a ghost? It doesn't seem like the best idea to me. Can any good come out of it? Tush, tush. Will not appear. Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made its course to illume that part of heaven, where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating 1. You saw the ghost last night. One time is certainly enough. Are you sure you want to see it again tonight?
Peace! Break me off! Look where it comes again! In the same figure like the king that's dead. Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio. Looks it not like the king? Mark it, Horatio.
Most like. It horrors me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoken to. Question it, Horatio.
Question. A ghost? Don't you think maybe we should leave the ghost alone? What art thou that usurpest time and night, together with that woolly form in which the majesty of buried Demer did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended. See, it stalks away.
Stay, speak, speak! I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone, and will not answer. How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is this not something more than fantasy? What think you once?
Before my God, I might not believe this without the sensible and true vote of my own eyes. Are you sure you could trust your senses? Can you believe everything you see?
Is it not like the king?
Such was the very armor he had on when the ambitious Nora combated. 'Tis strange. Why do you think the ghost appeared? And what particular thought to work, I know not. This bodes some strange eruption to our state. Are you worried about Denmark? Those foresaid lands, so far as father lost in this, I take it, is the main motive of our preparations.
I think it may be no other, but e'en so, well may it soar that this portentous figure comes armed through our watch, so like the king, that was and is the question of these wars.
So you are watching for invaders from the lands that the Lord King Hamlet conquered? A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye in prologue to the omen coming on. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound of use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done, that to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid, oh, speak! Stop it, Marcellus!
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
I don't think a spear is going to work against the ghost. Stuart will not stand.
'Tis here!
'Tis here!
'Tis gone. We do it wrong, to offer it the show of violence. For it is, as the air, invulnerable, and our vain blows malicious mockery. It was about to speak when the cock crew. It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever against this season come, wherein our Savior's birth is celebrated, this bird of dawn is singing all night long. Then they say no they are spread abroad. The nights are wholesome, no planet strikes, no fairy takes, nor witch has power to charm. So hallowed and so gracious is that time.
Wandering in the world of spirits could bring disastrous results. Maybe we should go to the church and pray for our friend Hamlet. So have I heard, in due part believe it, but look, the more. Break we our watch up, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet, for upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him. Do you consent we shall acquaint him with it, as needful and our loves fitting our duty?
Wait, is that the best decision? Hamlet's mourning.
Maybe he should put the tragedy of his father's loss behind him.
Let's do't, I pray. And I, this morning, know we shall find him most conveniently. Act 1, Scene 2, a corridor of state in the castle. I'm very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. But what in faith make you from Wittenberg? But what is your affair in Elsinore?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
My father? Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man, taken for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
Wait, are we sure we want to tell Hamlet about the ghost? No, don't tell Hamlet. The king, my father?
Too late. With an intent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
Let me hear.
2 nights together had these gentlemen, most Ellis and Bernardo, on the watch, in the dead vast and middle of the night, been thus encountered, a figure like your father, appears before them, and with a solemn march goes slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked by their oppressed and few surprised eyes. They, almost to jelly with the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to it. And I with them the 3rd night kept the watch. The apparition comes. I knew your father.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform, where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none. But once methought it lifted up its head and did address itself to motion, as if it was beat. But even then the morning cock crew loud, and at the sound it shrunk in haste away and vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true. And we did think it lit down in our duty to let you know of it.
No, we didn't have to tell him. Let the ghost disappear just as he came.
Yes, let Hamlet live in peace. Indeed, sirs, but it troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you?
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe?
My lord, from head to foot.
And saw not his face?
Oh, yes, my lord.
What looked he frowningly?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
Of course he was pale.
He's dead!
And fixed his eyes upon you?
Most constantly.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you.
Very like. Stay it long?
Not when I saw it.
I'll watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again. No, Hamlet, no, don't go. Let's find something else to do tonight. If I assume my noble father's spirit, I'll speak to it. And whatsoever else shall hap tonight. Give it an understanding, but no tongue. So fare you well. Upon the platform, 'twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Hamlet, remember your father as he was, brave, kind, courageous, and courteous. Let him be, stay home, don't go.
Our duty to your honor.
Farewell. My father's spirit, in arms, all is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night here come? Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds arise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes. Act 1, Scene 4, the platform. The
air bites shrewdly. It's very cold.
It is nipping at an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks at 12.
No, it's struck.
Indeed, I heard it now, or in the spirit held his watching walk. What does this mean, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight to take his rounds.
Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spear of health or goblin damned, bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell, that I will speak to thee. I will call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me. With thoughts beyond the reaches of souls, say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it some impartment did desire to you alone.
Hamlet, turn back. It will not speak, then I will follow it.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
Why, what should be the fear? I do not set my life in pin's feet. And for my soul, what can it do to that? Being a thing as immortal as itself, it waves me forth again. Go on, I'll follow thee.
What if it tempts you toward the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff, that beetles o'er his base in the sea, and there assumes some other horrible form that might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it, the very place for its toys of desperation, without more motive, into every brain that looks so many fathoms to the sea and hears it roar beneath.
Hamlet, these are the first reasonable ideas Horatio has had. Listen to him now, be careful. Guard your soul. It will not speak, then I will follow it. You shall not go, my lord.
See, they finally understand the danger. Leave the ghost alone.
Stay in this room.
Don't enter the next world yet.
Hold off your hands.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
My faith cries out and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as an even line servant. Still I am called. Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. It waves me forth. Go on, I'll follow him.
No, Hamlet, no! You act with desperation with imagination.
Something is wrong in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Another part of the platform.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but only series hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night.
Hamlet, listen to your father. He says he is truly a ghost. His soul is not at rest.
And for the day confined to fast and fires, till the full crimes of my days are burnt and purged away, but that I am forbidden to the secrets of my prison house. A container fold, whose light is for the heart thy soul. Breathe thy young blood.
Turn away, Hamlet. Preserve your soul.
List, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love, don't listen, Hamlet.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Hamlet, beware, leave vengeance to the Lord.
Murder!
Murder most foul and the best it is, but this most strange and unnatural.
Haste me to note the eye with wings as swift as meditation, or the thoughts of love will sweep to my revenge.
Don't be swift to take revenge. I find thee apt. Now, Hamlet, here. 'Tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me, so that the whole air of Denmark is by a forward process of my death rankly abused. But know, that noble youth that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle?
This may be true, but carefully consider how you will respond. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there, from me whose love was of the dignity, that went hand in hand, even with the vow I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon his wretch, whose natural gifts report to those of mine. Brief let me be, sleeping with my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon this secure hour, that uncle stole of juice, with cursed heaven and a vial, and the porches of my ear did pour. Of life a crown of queen at once dispatched, cut off even the blossom of my sin. Oh horrible, most horrible, but howsoever doth pursuit this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven.
Oh, Hamlet, shouldn't you leave all of this to heaven? Surely your father's ghost is not bringing a message from above.
Adieu. Hamlet, remember me.
Oh, all you hosts of heaven, oh earth, and what else? And shall I couple hell, oh fudge, hold my heart. I, thou poor ghost,
while memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee. And thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter, yes, by heaven. Oh, villain, villain, smiling damn villain, that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word it is, adieu, adieu. Remember me, I've sworn it. Lord Hamlet!
Heaven to kill him!
So be it. How is't, my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you'll reveal it.
Then I, my lord.
Nor I, my lord. But you'll be secret?
I, my lord.
There's never a villain dwelling in all Denmark be an arch knave.
These a bit wild, those needs no ghosts, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right, I hold it fit that we shall shake hands and part. I'll go pray.
These a bit wild and ruling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offended you heartily.
There's no offense, my lord.
Yes, but there is. Horatio, and much offense too. It is an honest ghost. And now, good friends, as friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Upon my sword.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword.
Swear.
Come on, do you hear this felon summons? Consent to your swear.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to make known what you have seen tonight. Swear by my sword.
Swear.
Hic et UQ, then we'll shift our ground. Come hither, gentlemen, and lay your hands again upon my sword. Never to speak of this that you have heard. Swear by my sword.
Swear. Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven, earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, as I perchance hereafter, to put an antic disposition on, that you at such time seeing me never shall head shake, or by pronouncing some doubtful phrase, as well we know. Swear.
Swear.
Rest assured of spirit.
No, Hamlet, no. Don't swear. You'll be committed to being insane.
There won't be any way for your friends to help you.
If you pretend to be insane, you may go crazy just by playing this game.
Hamlet, we have to go back to class, but we really hope you listen to our advice.
First of all, if you hear someone moving behind a tapestry, peek to see who it is before you stab it.
If you see somebody praying, if you see somebody asking for forgiveness, maybe you should talk to them and work it out to see if they really regret what they did.
Hamlet, please be careful answering the duel. Do you really think you could put your life before your honor?
I know your uncle and your mother want you to stay in Denmark, but don't you think it would be a good idea to go back to school? You don't have to go back to Wittenberg. You can go back to school with us, to Windsor.
But would I stick out like a sore thumb in your school?
Well, probably.
So, gentlemen, I do commend me to you, and what so poor a man as Hamlet is, let us go together. Time is out of joint. O cursed fight. That ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come, let's go in together.
Very impressive, all of you up to this point. I don't know how you memorize it all, right? Words, 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 words. Now let's think of some more Shakespearean words here. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more. Sleep no more, Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep. Let not our babbling dreams affright our souls, conscience is but a word that cowards use. Cowards die many times before their deaths, the valiant never taste of death but once. Once more, unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. This England, this nurse, this teeming womb of royal kings, feared by their breed and famous by their birth, when we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. Lord, what fools these mortals be. Now, all of that, words, 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 just coming at you. And what you heard there is just a bunch of famous Shakespearean monologues placed into one. And now, when you separate these monologues, it can feel, and when you're seeing it, it can feel like you're being attacked with that amount of words at first glance. So, is Shakespeare's writing a little scary? A little intimidating? I think so. But just like any, I like to relate it to math problem. Just like any math problem, there's going to be a beat system there. There's going to be a structure system there. And ultimately ways that will help you figure out the answer of what Shakespeare is saying within his work. One of the ways that William Shakespeare wrote his style, it's a style of verse known as iambic pentameter. Now, I won't go into the details of iambic pentameter. That's a 3-week course right there, so we won't worry about that. But it's just to highlight that fret not, there are ways and tools out there to help you figure out what it is that Shakespeare is talking about. And again, Shakespeare pulled from all of his experiences. And I like to think of looking at Shakespeare, yes, as a foreign language sometimes. And I think it's right to do so. Let us think about all the words Shakespeare created that we still use today. If you were to ever visit the Globe Theatre located in London, you'd be able to see a big plaque full of all the words and all the sayings that Shakespeare created and that we still use. Some of these words, I'm going to go over just a couple, not many, and nice, beautiful alphabetical order too. Amazement, bedroom, excitement, employer, fashionable, generous, informal, invitation, laughable, lonely, manager, satisfying, suspicious, useful. And again, the list continues from there of the words that Shakespeare came up with that we still use today. Some of the times he would mess around with the words in order to fit that beat structure of the iambic pentameter, which is why you're going to see a lot of apostrophes and apostrophe EDs within his writing, all to fit the beat structure of the writing of iambic pentameter. Some other phrases that Shakespeare is known for: to wear one's heart on one's sleeve. May have heard that, may not have. All the world's a stage. If you are an actor, you have heard it once, and you will probably hear it a million more times as your career flourishes. You may have heard this from a parent or whomever that walks into your bedroom. It smells to heaven in here, right? Some of us know that phrase, it smells to high heaven. And then in the winter, when we don't wish to attend university, or as you call it, school, to catch a cold. I caught a cold. That's another Shakespearean phrase. And one last one, to eat one out of house and home. He came in and he ate me out of house and home, right? That's all we had. So again, the list continues with all the stuff that Shakespeare has come up with. The reason I highlight his liberties and the freedoms he took with his writing, because I think it should highlight the concept of creativity and to not be afraid to push the boundaries when you're creating art, when you're creating writing. Yes, there's a structure. Learn the structure and then step over the structure, because you never know what you create could outlast the test of time, just like Shakespeare's work. So please don't be afraid to go out there and say it and write it and do it. So we continue, and we will continue now, but I would like to thank you all for your time and attention. This is where I, Master Ben Johnson, will part ways with you, and my good friend Mark Del Guzzo will be coming out, and he will join you for the rest of the time. Now, so we're going to give it up for the next school. Hopewell, I believe, is up next. Yes? Thank you all very much. You've been wonderful.
Like a master chef preparing a tasty delicacy, William Shakespeare created stories that drew readers into a compelling world and left them begging for more. Many characters in his tragedies seem to be drawn by an irresistible and destructive pull along life's path. So, sit back and relax as the Hopewell players take you on a date with destiny.
Does fate deal you a specific hand, or do you have free will to choose your own path? Our first character, Macbeth, allows words from the supernatural to govern his fateful choices.
When shall we free meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the herald early dies and the battle's lost and won.
Now for the ear, son of song.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
What if these so withered and so wild in their attire that they look not like the inhabitants of this earth and yet on it? Are you alive?
Speak if you can.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By my father's death I know him Thane of Glamis, but how am I Thane of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, and to be king is impossible.
Macbeth tells his wife, Lady Macbeth, about his strange encounter with the witches. Both he and Lady Macbeth are ambitious and decide that they will take the life of King Duncan so that Macbeth can become king.
King Duncan comes just not.
You are mad to say this. It's not Macbeth with the king.
I know he brings great news. Come, you spirits, and fill me from top to toe with cruelty. Come, thick night, and cover me with the darkest smoke, so my sharp knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven heap through the blanket of dark to cry, stop! Stop!
King Duncan comes here tonight.
When does he leave?
Tomorrow.
Never shall he see that tomorrow. They welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower with its serpent under it. King Duncan is coming and must be taken care of. Be confident and leave the rest to me.
Suppose we fail.
When King Duncan is asleep, his two servants form a drunk with wine. When they are asleep, attack the unproud Duncan. We can make it look like the two servants are the ones who did it. Who would dare question us? We make like a draw of his death. Come back.
The deed is done because bloody daggers are discovered with the sleeping guards. They immediately suspect King Duncan's murder. In this supposed outrage, Macbeth kills them also. He then convinces Malcolm and Dobbin, Duncan's sons, that it is not safe for either of them to stay, so Malcolm and Dobbin flee.
Malcolm and Donovan, the king's sons, are stolen away and fled, which put upon them the suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most likely the crown shall fall upon Macbeth.
Yes, Macbeth will be king. Thou hast it now, King Cawdor Glamis. I feel thou prayest most foully for it, but hush, say no more.
Will you ride this afternoon? Will your son Fleance go with you?
I, my good lord.
Since Banquo and Fleance could also be in line to gain the throne, Macbeth informs 3 men who went to avenge King Duncan's death, the true murderers, are out riding in the countryside. The 3 men pursue them both, but only manage to kill Banquo.
The men who were encouraged to avenge King Duncan's death by killing Banquo and Fleance have to return and report that although Banquo is dead, his son Fleance still lives. Macbeth is frustrated and disturbed by this information.
Your Majesty. My good lord, you do not give good cheer. The feast is growing cold.
May it please your highness, sit. The table's full. Here are the places there, sir. What is it, your majesty? Which of you has done this?
What, my good lord?
Gentlemen, his highness is not well.
Stay, worthy friends. My lord is often thus. Pray you remain. If you notice him, you shall offend him.
I am a bold one that dare look at what may appall the devil himself.
This is only your imagination. All this done in the butt on a chair.
Behold, look, what say you?
Get hold of yourself.
But he was there. The time has been that. The brains were out, the man would die. But now they rise from the dead and push us from our chairs.
Remember your guess.
My guess I do forget. I have a strange infirmity. Come love and health to all. To Banquo, for whom we miss.
To Banquo!
Quit my sight, let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold.
I pray you, speak not of this. Grow worse and worse. Don't stand on ceremony. Everyone you're scared of. Good night, better health.
Thunder crashes, lightning cracks, and 3 witches appear. As they reach the cauldron, they turn the rest of the evil mess they are brewing. And before the night is over, they are conjured up the demon master to show Macbeth what the future holds for him.
Round about the cauldron go, and the poison and draw so down to the cold stone, days and nights I sturdy one. Soaked with venom, steep in the dark, full of first and charmed pot. Double, double, trouble, fire burning cauldron. Then was the white snake in the cauldron boiling deep. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, Irish fork and vine with sting. Lizard's leg and howled skin, fur of powerful charm of a hell rough boiling bubble. Double, double, torn trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, from all and growth of the raven silks and shot. Root of hemlock, dig it in the dark, and add there to a tiger's children for the ingredients.
Double, double, torn trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble. Cool it with baboon's blood, and the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret midnight hags? What is it you do?
A demon found a name.
Answer me to what I ask.
Speak. Demand.
Will answer.
The witches conjure up spirits to inform Macbeth that he will not live long enough to enjoy his reign as king. Lady Macbeth is entirely lost in nightmare world. Having conspired with her husband to kill the king, her destiny is sealed as she can't rid herself of her guilt. She loses touch with reality as she is sickened by her imaginary blood-stained hands.
After 2 nights' walk with him, you received no truth in report. When is it she last walked? I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, pick for the paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all is gone and there's fast sleep. In a slumber state, besides walking and other actual performances, what at any time has you heard her say? That which on also asked her. You made to me to still meet your ship. Neither you nor anyone has no witness to confirm my speech. Will you, here she comes. Observe her, staying close. You see, her eyes are open. But there's something to shut. What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands. It is an accustomed action for to see this washing her hands. I have seen this to continue in this quarter of an hour.
It has a spot.
I will set down what comes of her to satisfy my memories the more strongly.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2, well, and 'tis time to do it. Hell is Becky. 5, my lord, 5. A soldier and a fed, when need be fair who knows it, when none can call our power to account, yet who would ever thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Then, if I've had a wife, where's she now? What, with these hands never clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar with the starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not. She has known what she should not. I'm sure that heaven knows that she has known.
Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh!
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known who has walked in their sleep and died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands, put on your nightgown, but not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo is buried, he cannot come out of his grave. To bed, there's a knocking at the gate, but the stone cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed!
Will she go to bed now?
Directly.
Foul whispers are abroad. Unnatural deeds to bring unnatural troubles. She needs more the divine than the physicist. God forgive her. Good night.
Good night, good doctor.
After several blood-curdling screams, Lady Macbeth was found dead. Macbeth seized her power, gathering scream rapidly crumbling around him. His concern now is with death. King Johnson is stone, who seeks to help Malcolm, King Duncan's son, to reclaim the throne. I should report what I saw in my house.
Well, say it.
As I looked upon the pillow, I saw those brilliant words begin to move.
Lion
slain. If that be false, he will be hung upon the next tree. It's just as the witches and spirits have said. Turn! Turn! Of all men I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my soul.
I will not fight thee.
Then yield, coward, and live to be mocked. We'll have thee pinned to pole and pole, and under it's written, here there you see the tyrant.
I will not yield. Will be him that first cries, hold, enough.
Hail King, the so thou art. The tyrant is free. Hail King of Scotland!
Hail King of Scotland!
Well, that supernatural intervention certainly gave him felt a one-way ticket on a railway train to nowhere. Despite all of his scheming, an untimely death was his destiny. Oh well, let's see how our next headstrong character fares against the fates.
The King of Denmark has just died a terrible death, inflicted with some rare and deadly poison. He had been in the prime of his life, scarcely 50 years old. But how could this have happened? Many people were troubled by it, especially when the king's brother, Claudius, suddenly seized the crown and married the dead king's widow. Now the king had a son named Hamlet, young and sensitive. He had loved and admired his father, grieved by his death, and even more deeply grieved when his uncle, Claudius, seized the crown. Hamlet stayed in his dark mourning clothes and puzzled over the situation.
Though the death of my dear brother is still fresh, it is proper to bear hearts in grief. Our whole kingdom is mourning. We should try to overcome this woe, to remember our duties and responsibilities. Therefore, I have married our queen, who will scale away these lights and grief to all our things.
Good Hamlet, cast thy dark colors off, and let thine eye look like a friend of Denmark. Do not forever seek thy noble father in the dust, for it is common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give such mourning to your father, when it is an unmaidenly grief, which is deep will and several days of
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. Stay with us. Do not return to school.
I shall all my best to obey you, but oh, that this too, saw flesh would melt, thaw, and turn into a dew, or that God had not prohibited self-slaughter. How weary, stale, and flat seem to be all the uses of this world, that should come to this. My father, so excellent a king, and so loving to my mother, and yet within a month, how could she marry him? Let me not think on it. Frailty, thy name is woman.
Hail to your lordship.
My good friend.
For 2 nights, Marcellus and Bernardo, on the watch in the middle of the night, see a figure like your father walk slowly by them. I also saw him. I knew your father. It was he.
If it's truly my father's ghost, I must speak to it. So fare you well. I'll meet you upon the platform between 11 and 12. My father's spirit, all is not well. I fear some foul play. Oh, that night would come. Till then, sit still my soul.
Later that night on the castle walls, Hamlet watches with Horatio and the guards for his father's ghost.
It is very cold. What hour is it?
I think he is almost 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. It then draws near the time which the spirit walks.
Look, my lord, it comes. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark.
Speak. Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, or we'll go no further.
Mark me, I am thy father's spirit, doomed to search and term to walk the night. Listen, Hamlet. Oh, listen, if thou doesn't ever their dear father's love.
Oh, God!
Murder, most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Murder?
Murder, his most foul, strange, and unnatural. Listen, Hamlet. It is rumored that while sleeping in mine orchard, a serpent stung me. But know this, noble youth, the serpent that stung me now wears my crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, mine uncle!
Ah, but very soft. Methinks I smell the morning air. Let me be rude. While sleeping in mine orchard, thou uncle crept, with a vial of juice of the cursed poison, in my ear did pour. Thus, by my brother's hand, I robbed of life, crown, and queen. Oh, most horrible. But however thou reacts to this tale, let thou not contribute to their mothers. Let her to heaven. Adieu, Hamlet, remember me.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
From now on, I will put on an insane disposition. Never let anyone know the truth that I'm only pretending to be mad. Swear to it.
We swear.
During the day leading to which by his father's death, Hamlet contemplates taking his own life. Surely his life is such a burden as to end it once and for all.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, when he himself might make peace with the bare dagger, when conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus decision is clouded with too much thought?
Since childhood, Hamlet had been touched with many seasonal feelings, who were children of Polyamorous, who were pompous but very smart either, of the Neoton Claudius. Ophelia loved Hamlet and believed they had a future together, until she encounters a much changed Hamlet who rejects her off.
Determined to avenge, Hamlet confronted his mother about his father's death. During this heat of confrontation, Hamlet knows his son will command the curtain. Mistakenly believing in his new stepfather, he thrusts his sword into the body of Pholus. The father will freely and teeth and kills him. Now forced to suffer the loss of her father, rejection by Hamlet, she now becomes entirely lost in a narrow world that takes over her edge.
Ophelia, poor soul, eventually commits suicide. This final injustice in the family makes Laertes plot with the current king the murder of Hamlet. The king informs Hamlet that Laertes challenged him to a competition, a friendly duel, but you can see that there's something truly wrong in Denmark.
Peace, who comes here?
I have a message from His Majesty, sir. A young man named Laertes, one of Drew Clinton is famed as a swordsman.
I have heard it.
Well, my lord, the king has said that you're a better swordsman than Laertes, and has laid a great dagger upon your head.
Has he indeed? What's his weapon?
Sword and dagger. The king has wagered 6 Barbary horses against 6 French swords.
Sir, if it pleases His Majesty, let the weapons be brought. I will win for him.
Dueling swords, a poisoned cup of wine. No one is safe in this free-for-all. Listen and watch carefully, for there may be a few surprises.
Matrix, get in the notes. Cousin Hamlet, you know the way, Jeff.
Very well, my lord. One. No! Judgment. Well again!
A hit. A very palpable hit.
Well again!
Stay, give me a drink. His pearl is thine. Give fine health. Give this to Hamlet.
I'll play this bout first. Sit thy while. Laertes, come.
Here, Hamlet, take my scarf. Wipe thy brows.
Gertrude, do not drink!
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is a poison cup. It is too late.
Come for the third, Laertes. I pray you. Pass with your best violence.
I bet you will.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
Oh no, Hamlet, the drink. Oh, Hamlet, the drink. I am poisoned.
Treachery! Take it out!
Hamlet, the thing you do, no rest in the world will do thee good. The thing you do in about half an hour of life then. Uncover the point poison. The king's to blame.
The point poison too! Then venom, do thy work!
Treason!
Treason! Thou cursed, murderous thing! Follow my mother!
He is justly served. Can't exchange forgiveness on me, noble Hamlet.
Heaven make thee free of guilt. Much's queen, adieu. Horatio, I'm dead. Thou livest. thou didst ever hold me in thy heart. Tell my story. The poison quite overtakes my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. In flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Power trips, insanity, betrayal, and death. Shakespeare's characters are destined to be pushed beyond the limits of raw emotion as fate manipulates the marionette strings of life. We might all take a moment to contemplate what our date with destiny will bring. Would it make a difference? What say ye?
Lovers, all brought together by fate.
More like destiny. Some knew who they would end up with, others not so much.
While there were arguments, scandals, and battles, love conquered all.
That wasn't always the case. Sometimes love took things too far, but we'll leave that for later.
Our first love story is Much Ado About Nothing. Lady Leonata, otherwise known as Beatrice's mother, is getting a special letter delivered by a messenger.
What does it say? You'll have to wait and see.
I learned in the spring that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina. I pray you, has Signor Benedict returned from the war or not? He is a valiant trenchman and hath an excellent stomach.
You must not so mistake my cousin. There is a very word betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish between them.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I'd burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion?
He is most in the company of the noble Claudio.
Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker run presently mad. God help noble Claudio. If he has caught the Benedict, it'll cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You brave and valiant soldiers have returned. All gentle ladies may come to me.
Good Lady Leonata, are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
What, my dear Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible the shame should die, while she hath me food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself wants timber to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then courtesy a term called Brutus, and I loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would find in my heart when I had not a hard heart, for I truly love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would also have been troubled by a pernicious suitor. I thank God and my cold blood I am your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man spare his love to me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind. So some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratchy cannot make it worse, as tears to the face as yours were.
I would my horse with the speed of your tongue, but keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end in an age trick. I know you're old.
That is the sum of all, my lady. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear gentleman, Leonata has been invited to all. I tell her we shall stay here at the least a month, and she heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer.
Please, your grace, lead on.
Your arm, my lady?
Benedict, did thou note the daughter of Lady Leonata? I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady? In mine eyes, she's the sweetest lady that I ever looked on.
I hope you've no intended an husband, have you?
Yeah, though I'd sworn the contrary if Hero would be my wife. What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Lady Leonata's?
He is in love! With who? Mark his answer! With Hero, Leonata's daughter!
Amen! If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
In faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my true faith and true troth, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel. But she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will dine at the stake. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die. Look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love, and so I leave you.
It seems as if Benedict is quite stubborn at being a bachelor.
Who would ever want to be a bachelor for the rest of their life?
Later that day, at Lady Leonata's home, a masquerade was in the midst. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised as to whom Beatrice dances with.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How
tartly that gentleman looks. I cannot see him, but I am heartburn an hour later.
He is a very melancholy disposition.
He was made just in midway between him and Benedict. One, to like an image that says nothing, and the other to like my lady's eldest son, Evermore's Athelane.
Then half Senor Benedict's words in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, and enough money in his purse, such a man would own any woman in the world, if he had a good will. Lord, I cannot adore a husband with a beard on his face. I would rather lie the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I'm not for him.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Yes, they arrive to fill the room with merriment.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a flock. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the Princess Jester, that I was only but a great thought huddling jest upon jest, that I stood like a mad mock with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards and every word stabs. Come, talk of her not.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will fetch you a toothpick now from the furthest ends of Asia. Do you any embassage to the pygmies and hold 3 words conference with this happy? You have no employment for me?
None but the desire of your good company.
Oh God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I should not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I brought Count Claudio, who you have sent me to seek.
Here, Claudio, fair hero is won. I have her mother's goodwill obtained.
Come, take me my daughter, and with her my good fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give myself away from you and go upon the exchange.
Good Lord for alliance, and thus goes to the whole world but I may sit in a corner and yell, hey ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no maximum. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady. She cannot endure tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all the wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my Lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
I warrant thee, I will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not to fashion it if you 3 will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I'm for you.
And I, my lord, I would do anyone modest offers, my lord, to help my cousin to a great husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that we know. I shall teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your 2 helps, will but practice on Benedict, that in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he will fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid's glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods.
Wow, talk about butting into your daughter's love life.
Benedict is going to be furious when he finds out what Don Pedro is scheming.
If, more like when, Benedict hides behind a tree, secretly eavesdropping on Lady Leonata, Don Pedro and Claudio accidentally spilling that Beatrice loves Benedict. Oopsie.
I do much wonder how one man seen how much another man is fool when he dedicates his behavior to love will, after he has laughed at such shallow follies and others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I think not. Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love. I'll hide him in the arbor.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord. Beat the hook well. This fish will bite.
Come hither, lady. What was it you told me of earlier?
that your niece Beatrice was in love with.
Signor Benedict? I never did think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. The most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and says she never will.
'Tis true indeed. Shall I, says she, that have so often carried him to scorn, hate him and I love him? Then, down upon her knees, she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She's an excellent sweet lady, and exceeding wise, in all things beloving Benedict.
Should we tell Benedict of it and hear what he will say?
Hear her think surely she will die, for she says she will die if he loves her not, and she will die if she makes her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than to abate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. 'Tis very possible she should make tender of her love, I'll scorn it. For the man, as you all know, hath a contemptible spirit.
Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Let it cool a while.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let the same net be spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. Let's call Beatrice to send Benedict into dinner.
This can be no trick. They have the truth of this. From Hera. They seem to pity Beatrice. When I said I should die a bachelor, I did not think I would live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I have come to bid you bring you into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pain.
I took no more pains for those thanks, and you take pains to thank me. I guess if it were painful, I will not have come.
You take pleasure then? In the message?
Yes. Just so I could take upon a nice fight. I bid you do.
Ha! Against my will and in the minion. There's a double meaning in that. If I do not pity her, if I do not love her, I'm villain.
Good Margaret, bring me to my parlor. There shall thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper her ear and tell him I and Ursula walk in the orchard and our whole discourse and all with her.
I'll make her come. I warrant you presently.
Now Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, my talk to thee must only be of Benedict. When I denamed him, let it be thy heart to praise him more than any man ever did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Now begin. No, truly, Ursula, she's too disdainful and her spirits are coy and wild. But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and the new trotted lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as be yielded to man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Benedict. She cannot love, nor take, nor shape, nor project of affection. She's so self-endeared.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what you will say.
No, rather I would go to Benedict to counsel him to fight against his passion.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
Come, let us go in. I'll show thee some retires, and have thy counsel which is the best, to furnish me in tomorrow.
We have caught her, madam.
If loving goes so, loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, and some with traps.
Fires in my ears. Can this be true? Stand I condemned for much, you scorned so much. Contempt farewell, and maiden pride do. Glory cannot live in such back of thee. And Benedict, hug on. I requite thee, taming my wild heart in my loving hand.
Who would have ever seen that coming? Spoiler alert, they get married.
What a cute love story.
A taming of a wild herd indeed. Now what do you think about taming of the shrew?
Now in this love story, Catherine is getting fitted for a dress, although she's being a little difficult.
And Lucentio is dizzy with love at first sight, looking at Bianca, Catherine's sister.
Gentlemen, importune me no further, for I firmly am resolved not to bestow my youngest daughter, for I have a husband to the elder. If either of you both love Katharina, leave shall I report her to pleasure.
She's too rough for me.
More fit to a hempen dress than these fine silks.
Is it your will to make a harlot of me among these mates?
Mates, maid? No maids for you unless you are of a gentler, milder mold.
Doubt not, my care should be to comb your noodle with a three-legged stool.
From all such devils, good Lord, deliver us.
Bianca, get you in, and then not displease thee. I will love the nails less, my girl.
Mother's pet.
Sister, content me in my discontent. Mother, to your pleasure, I humbly subscribe with my books and my instruments to be my company, on them which to practice by myself.
Lady Baptista, will you be so harsh? Why, could your blade for this fiend of hell?
Gentlemen, content ye. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca, because I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry. Schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you know of any such, send them hither. To such talented men I shall be kind.
If we may again have access unto our fair Bianca, and be happy rivals in her love, it touches us both to labor and effect one thing.
What's that, I pray?
To get a husband for her sister.
A husband, the devil?
I say, a husband. Though it pass both your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, there must be a man in the world who would wed her with all faults and dowry enough.
I can be asleep, be whipped every morning.
Come, let us be friends. Until by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we free her youngest for a husband. Sweet Bianca.
I am agreed, and will give him the best horse in Padua, that I thoroughly woo her, wed her, and for the house of her. Come on.
Oh, Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish if I achieve not the son of this girl.
Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt. I saw sweet beauty in her face. I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did proclaim the air.
Nay, 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sire. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands, her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd that till the mother rid the house of her, she must live a maid at home.
My old friend Grumio, my good friend Petruchio, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes. I have come abroad to see the world and happily to wive and thrive as best I may.
Petruchio, shall I then speak frankly to thee and lead thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? I promise thee she shall be rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Be she foul or old, or cursed and shrewd, or worse, she removes not affection's edge in me. I have come to wive it wealthily in Padua. If wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Why? Give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet, or have a tooth in her head.
I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous. Raised as best becomes a gentlewoman, her only fault is that she's intolerable, cursed, and shrewd. I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Tell me her mother's name, and 'tis enough.
Her mother is Baptista Minola, a courteous and affable lady. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her.
Tell her, Petruchio, I shall come with thee. For in Baptista's keep my treasure lies. She hath the jewel of my life in her hold, her youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca. But none shall have access to Bianca till Catherine the Cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed, the title for a maid of all titles the worst.
How sweet. Petruchio is agreed to marry the awful Kate to help his best friend Hortensio so that he may marry the love of his life, Bianca.
Petruchio really does not know what he's signing up for.
Now we can see Bianca's feelings towards not being able to marry someone because of Kate.
Good sister, wrong me not nor wrong yourself to make a bondmaid and a slave of me. Unbind my hands and command me what you will I do.
Of all thy suitors here I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I've never yet beheld that special face, which whom I can fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest, is it not Hortensio?
No, if you affect him, sister, then here I swear, I'll pray for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh then, but like you fancy riches more, you shall have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it for him do you envy me so? Nay, then you jest. I prithee, sister Kate, unbind my hands.
That be just, but all the rest was so.
Why, how now, dame, whence grows this insolence? Poor girl, she weeps, for shame thou devilish spirit. Why dost thou wrong that did near wrong thee? Come in, Bianca.
Nay now, I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day. Talk not to me. I shall go sit and weep till I can find occasion for revenge.
Was ever parent thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morning, Baptista.
Good morning, lovely lady. Why such handsome trucks in your company?
Good morning, neighbor Gremio, fair lady Widow. God save you, gentlemen, lady.
And you, good lady, pray, have you not a daughter called Katharina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katharina.
I am a gentleman of Verona, ma'am, and hearing of her beauty and wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house. May I present to you a man of mine, cunning in music and science, to instruct your daughters fully in that whereof I am ignorant.
Lady, may I present to you this young scholar claiming Greek, Latin, and other languages?
Take about somewhat. He gets to tell us. Strapium Regiasassacinum.
Toward the education of your daughters, I present this simple instrument and a small pack of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, their worth is great.
Take you the lute, and you the set of books. Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them both these are their tutors. Bid them to use them well.
Lady Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. If I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns, for when that special thing is well obtained. That is her love, for that is all in all. Will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. She struck me on the head and threw my instrument my patron away.
Now by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. How I long to have some chat with her. I pray, send her to me. I'll attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, well I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown, I'll say she looks as fresh as morning roses newly washed with dew. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, hearing thy mildest praises in every town, thy virtues spoke of and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs. I myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved, indeed, let him that moved you hither remove you hence.
Thou hast hit it. Come sit on me.
Axes are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are
no
you.
No such date as you with me, you mean?
Come, you wasp, in faith you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy is to then pluck it out.
Aye, if only the fool could find where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
Ah! I swear, I'll cuff you if you strike me again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. If you are no gentleman, then why no arms?
Come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
This is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is.
What? You mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I cannot.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In truth, I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, yet slow in speech, but sweet as springtime flowers.
Where did you learn all this goodly speech?
It is extempore, for my mother wit.
Oh, witty mother, witless else her son.
Sweet Catherine, setting all this chat aside, in plain terms your mother hath consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed upon, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. For I and he am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your mother. Never make denial, I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
How but well, ma'am, how but well. It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Why, how not, daughter Catherine?
Call you me, daughter? Now I promise you have shown me one tender motherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic.
Mother, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that have talked of her have talked amiss of her. We have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Hark, Petruchio. She says she'll see thee hanged first. Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargain twixt us twain being alone, yet she shall still be cursed in company. I say 'tis incredible how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck and in a twink won me to her love.
I don't know what to say. Give me your hand. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen, say we. We will be witnesses. Mother and wife and gentlemen adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things and many fine array. And kiss me, Kate. We will be married this Sunday.
We hope you've enjoyed our stories. Both will go down with glory.
Once again, love has conquered all, even with all the brawl.
May the Shakespeare dwell with you well, and we bid you farewell.
If you can't wake up in the morning, 'cause your bed lies vacant at night, if you're lost, hurt, tired and lonely, can't control it, try as you might, may
he's going to do is do what I do. Now, I'm going to try my best to take my time. I don't want to, if I want him to move his hand high, see, he can't catch up with that, right? So we want to be careful. So the trick is also is to keep staring at me. Okay, so you ready? And relax. Good. Take a seat. Okay, so you've done this. So, it's very easy. You did a great job. So, and she says she's done this before. So, she knows the concept of trust, the concept of taking one's time. Now, who wants to be the leader? You're the leader, okay? And you're going to follow her. So, see if you can sit nice and relaxed, okay? Or however she's sitting. And whatever you want to do. It can be neck. Don't look at them. Don't worry about them. All you have to do is stare at him. There you go. All it takes is a simple action, and you're off to the races. See if you can get the head involved a little bit. Beautiful. What happens if you slowly come to standing? Can he keep up? Good. Keep going. Okay. All right, hold. You're now the leader. Nope, don't think. Keep looking at her. He's the leader now. So again, this is just a partner exercise, right? This is a way we get to trust the person in front of us. If he decides to suddenly, the trust is broken. You broke the trust. So very good job, very good job. Take a seat. Thank you very much. All right. We want, let's see, oh my goodness. All the way in the back. Come on up. Is any of these guys here? No? Okay, come on up. And the end, gray sweatshirt. Red hair. All right. So, when I say ha, you say ha, 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 ha. Focus. If we could, I'm going to have you come down here. Stand right there. You can stand directly next to her, that's fine. Directly next to her, that's fine. And so on and so forth. Now, they didn't do anything yet to earn it. Now, what we do, again, we have an ensemble. An ensemble can be two, or an ensemble can be more than two. What we're going to do is, let's see how much we can trust each other, but also trust ourselves. We're going to tell a story, okay? I'm going to begin with Once Upon a Time. This is just, we're just going to do, you want to do a one-word story or a few words and then a few words and then a few words? One word? Okay. So I'm going to start with Once Upon a Time. They're all just going to say one word. Try to keep the story going. That means you have to listen to your neighbor. Do your best. Okay? See how this goes. Once upon a time.
There was who was.
Go ahead.
Banana.
Good, good. Keep it up. Say it louder. Say it. She was a banana.
Horses. She hated people. One, two.
And we'll end it there. We'll end it there. Give it up for her. That was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll do one more. We'll do one more time. We'll do one more time. We're gonna start at this side, okay? All right. I'm gonna begin it with a different line. The line's gonna be just the other day. Just the other day. All right, and then you'll go, okay? All right, just the other day.
I
Already something's happened. I love it.
find my dog. I lost it.
One more. Go ahead. Hold on. Take a breath. And anything.
Dog.
Good. It's okay. And we're going to relax there, okay? We don't want to put anybody on the spot if they hiccup a little bit. No worries, okay? Because the story goes on, and then sometimes we hit a little bit of a curb. That's not a problem, right? And the story was still interesting. It still makes for great theater. Give it up for these guys up here. Thank you. Very carefully come back on stage. All right. Go ahead, come on. All right, you young lady. Brown shirt there. And so let's get some boys up here. Young man, the glasses, yes. All right. Where are my other? Yeah, I called you. I may have or I may not. Come on up, my friend.
Second time.
Oh, he cheated? Oh my God. How are you? All right. Now this is something we're gonna do. You guys get the easy task, kind of. All right. How are we doing? She's great, thanks. So, let's see how much we trust these guys, and let's see how much they trust each other. Now, the audience will not be part of this, and we want to be nice and quiet to see if we can accomplish this. All you have to do is count to 10. Okay, all you have to do is count to 10. Somebody will begin with 1. We don't know who's going to begin with 1. If you say it at the same time, you start all over again. If you get to 9 without repeating or out overlapping one another, and then people say 10 at the same time, all the way back to the beginning. Okay? Trust your neighbor, trust your instinct, your ensemble. We're going to try to get to 10 whenever you're ready. Try to look straight ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hold. Let's do it one more time. And
2, 3.
I'm going to hold it right there. So as we move forward, try for volume. Get it out there. That way somebody knows you called it, okay? So start one more time and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
all right, we're going to give him one more try. Try to avoid going in sequence.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay! Give it up for them. All right, feel free, take a seat. Thank you all. So yes, it takes a lot of concentration. Hands down, please. I know all, woe is you. Now, we have quite the ensemble I'm looking at right now. We're going to count to 10. Nobody is going to repeat. Can the whole audience do it? Hey. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself.
I'll start.
So, do not start till everybody's quiet, and we do not say who starts. This is going to be the most challenging one yet.
1, 2, 3.
So, I'm going to mention one more thing before we move forward. We're going to try this again. Think about speed. It doesn't work. Take your time. Don't think about, I'm going to go. Everybody has the same idea. So see if you can take your time. And, Nope. We do it one more time.
1, 2.
Oh! That's okay, but this is something in a group of friends. You have 5, 10 friends. You want to work on this. This will also help you get calm before class, to get your energy nice and neutralized. It'll help your teachers out, okay? So, thank you so much for indulging me. Little ensemble work. Give it up for your fellow classmates. All right, and it looks like we have a wonderful award ceremony for you all. Gurney, everybody.
All right. That was fun, huh? Yeah. Nerves are all kind of shaken out now that you've all been on stage. Okay, so now we're going to announce the awards. And as you know, each group gets 3 individual awards and 2, can I have my awards helpers here? Thank you. Dalton and Tommy. Each group gets 3 individual and 2 group. When I call the individuals, it's going to get a little complicated because it's not truly individual. I do kind of want, if I mention more than one, I do want you all to come up. The group award, though, we're going to hand that to your teacher. We just want one individual coming up for the 2 group awards. Does that make sense? We can't be stormed here on the stage because it will take forever because there's so many of you. All right, starting with Pierce Middle School. Their play was Treachery Amongst the Houses. The Clever Claudius Award goes to the person who played Claudius, and that is Olivia Rose. And until all of you are up here from one school, just stay up on the stage. All right, so next up, Pierce, for the Double Vision Award, goes to the role of Macbeth A and B, and that's Lucy and Nola Dugan. Next up is the Battling Besties for Caesar and Brutus, and that goes to Cal and Saren. And the Mr. Beatty's going to come up and receive the Group 1 award, Murder, Mystery, Mayhem. And in addition, they won the Twisty Tales of Treachery. So let's give it up for Pierce Middle School. All right. Engel, get ready. All right, next up, Fred S. Engel, and they did Hamlet. The first individual award goes to and you're probably going to be able to guess who it is, the Honorable Horatio for the role of Horatio. And that goes to Megan. Then we have the next award, the Noble Narrators. That goes to all the narrators, namely Lindsay, Madison, Adeline, Alyssa, Maddie, and Kayla. Come on up. And we only have one ribbon for you. We only have one ribbon for that whole group, but we will be ordering more, so each of you gets one. All right. Next up, the name of the award is Drama Mama. Goes to the role of Queen Gertrude, and that's Hayden. Be careful coming up on the stage. All right. The group awards. I've got to read this very carefully. The name of the award, is for the group award for Engel is Strictly Scripted. Are you going to receive it? And the next group award that goes to Engel is the Play Within a Play. So congratulations, Engel. Hold for the picture. All right. All right, listen up, Pensgrove, you're next. The name of the first individual award is Slay King. For the role of King Lear, and that's Brandon. Brandon, come on up. The next award is called the Squabbling Siblings, and that goes to the role of Goneril and Reagan, and that's Lucia and Avery. All right, I like the name of this award. Next individual award is the Rapper's Delight. That goes to the Fool, played by J.C. Burnett. All right, and then 2 group awards. Are we ready? Engel, the Parody and Popcorn Award. Anyone coming up to receive that, Jeremy? And then the Historic Hilarity Award. All right, congratulations, Pensgrove, and just hold there for your picture. Windsor, you're next. All right, Windsor Christian Academy with their production of No, Hamlet, No. The first award, and this is going to be a big group, and I am sorry I can't read all your names. They could not write them fast enough. So, the Jiminy Cricket Award goes to every single person who had a friend role. And that's, I think, like 8. I don't know how many of that is. Come on up. They're not being Jiminy Crickets now. All right. Just one for the group of you, but we will order more. I told my judges, I can't believe you're doing this. But they felt you all deserved it. All right, next up. Next individual award. All the Hamlets stand up for the role of Hamlet, and that includes Haley, Elliot, and Aubrey. All right, this next one's a little spooky. The name of the award is Spectacular Spirits. Goes to all the ghosts, and that includes Athena, Dylan, and Jothika. All right, the 2 group awards. The Elocution Experts and to Shakespeare be true. So those are the 2 group awards for Windsor. Okay. Okay. All right. Haley might regroup you. 2 rows. Okay, great job, Windsor. Just be careful going down those stairs. Easy does it. Yeah, we're gonna order some more. We're sorry. I told my judges. All right, Hopewell, raise your hand. There they are, Hopewell. All right, still some of you in costume. I love them. All right. The first individual award is entitled the Melodramatic Madman. That goes to the role of Hamlet, played by Jacob. Next up, Something Wicked This Way Comes goes to the witches, Yeleni, Elizabeth, and Miles. And the last individual award, Hopewell, by the way, was A Date with Destiny. That was the title of their production. The last individual award goes to Lady Masterful, also known as Lady Macbeth, played by Maggie. All right, the 2 group awards. The first award is Double Doom. And then the second award is Swashbuckling Swordsmanship. So congratulations, Hopewell. Congratulations. All right. And then there was one. Downingtown Middle School. The title of their production was Much Ado About a Shrew. The first individual award is named Sassy Pants, and that goes to the role of Catherine, played by Reagan. The next, I love the name of these awards. They make them up as they go. So fun. Okay, next award, individual award, is, I hope I can say this, I don't know why I find it so funny, Drama Llamas. Played by, the role was Benedict and Beatrice, played by Katie and Val. All right, and the last individual award for Downingtown is Loverboy. Role was Petruchio, played by Zia. And the 2 group awards. Musical Masterpiece and Haute Couture Costume. All right, great job, everyone. All right. Thank you all very much for coming out. I'm so glad it was such a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your day.